back to it. The water fine, Joe? You sure? You sticking your toe in that water?
Am I sticking my toe in that water? Hold on, it's not up here. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. This news comes out that I don't know what's going on with the injury alert, but Jayden Daniels, he had the MRI on his knee. And some say this could be a crucial, what do they say? The most crucial detail from the MRI is there's no indication of severe ligament damage, like a torn ACL or MCL. They say it's just a sprain, if I'm not mistaken. But after coming off one of the best seasons, and then coming off of, what some would say a bad Thursday night, like just a horrible Thursday night as far as just since the Commanders have been, in the JD5 era. Joe, is injury a big deal or a little deal?
Now, I know a lot of people are comparing this to RG3. RG3 ended up wearing a knee brace. They say right now he's like wearing a knee brace. And there's no true updates on his injury until Wednesday. Right? So we want to know like exactly where he is when it comes to playing this week until Wednesday. But knowing what I hear from Jayden Daniels, obviously he's gonna push to play. And do I think it's a big deal? Nah. I think it's a little deal. I don't think it's big. Now, can it get worse? Obviously, it's an injury. An injury could always get worse if you throw him out there too soon, especially. Because it's funny because DJ Wise, he was not supposed to play. I'm not saying he was supposed to play. He's on an injury report, and you had the trainers and Dan Quinn watching him pregame to see if he could play. And they gave him a pass to play, and he ended up getting hurt. And he's out for the season. So injuries can get worse. But right now, as we're speaking, I'm going to say little deal. This reminds me of the rib situation. Obviously, it's a different injury. The rib situation when he got hurt against the Panthers. He actually did not even finish that game. He couldn't even, that's different.
Your body, that, yeah.
You can't do certain things when your rib's messed up. But when your knee, you can still hop. You can still be active. You got to hop a little bit. You can't run. So he stayed in the game against the Packers. But with the rib injury, it was the same situation. Oh, we don't have any updates. He's doubtful to play against the Bears. And like I said, a rib injury is worse than a knee injury because you got like every motion you take is like almost affecting your ribs, right? Especially as a quarterback. So he was doubtful. And then I remember he didn't practice Friday, right? Was it Friday or whatever the last day of practice? He did not practice, but he did, but in a bubble. So they ain't let none of the media watch him. And they try to interview him, and he was like, quick answer. And then game day happened, he's playing. I remember that. And then he confirmed that he had the broken ribs, right? He had messed up ribs throwing the Hail Mary. So do I think the Commanders going to be precautious? Yes, because who we playing. See, at the time, with the broken ribs, we were playing Caleb Williams and the Bears, who were 4-2. Remember, they were 4-2. They were flying high.
The make and break game. That was another one of those. Yep, I remember because it's always with y'all in the beds where it's like, if we win this game,
Facts.
You see what the season is. But if you lose it, bro, it's always the Bears, Joe. That's crazy.
Facts. Because we lost to the Ravens, and then we beat the Panthers, and Caleb was coming to town. And it's like one overall versus 2 overall. Did we make the right decision? Did they make the right decision? And he coming back home to it was a lot of storylines behind it. We had all black jerseys, you know what I mean? So like they were flying high. And then that Hail Mary kind of derailed their whole season for real. It just crumbled them. But that's why I think we pushed them to play when he probably shouldn't have played. He could have stayed out another week because we had a short week after that and played Philly. No, we played Pittsburgh after that. Sorry. So then Giants, then Pittsburgh. It was Giants and Pittsburgh, and then we played Philly, then we played y'all, and then we won. Then we never lost after that until we played Philly again. But this year is different. We got the Raiders. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. It's an NFL team. It's a Pete Carroll coach team. They got Max Crosby. They got players over there. But did you see them yesterday? No, the Chargers got arguably the best defense in the league. They had the best scoring defense in the league last year. Derwin James is looking like a defensive player of the year right now. He's flying around like crazy. They lined him up in 6 different positions yesterday. Crazy. So he's all over the place. But do you see them yesterday? I mean, I thought we had pressure all game. Geno got pressure the whole game. And unlike Jayden Daniels, Gino gonna take risk.
That is
That
true.
man be throwing that. He had 3 interceptions, bro. He was throwing. So I'm pretty sure the Commanders feel comfortable riding with Marcus Mariota just to be extra careful with Jayden Daniels' knee. So if you ask me right now, will he play Sunday? I would say no because I like Marcus Mariota know the offense, So I think he'll be good. But people forget Marcus Mariota also was hurt during training camp. He didn't have a lot of training camp time either. So
Mm.
that's something right there too. But it's a little deal. It's not a huge deal. I think he will recover from this. And the type of competitor he is, he will be fine when he come back.
It's a little big deal. The little deal is, I think you all are going to do the right thing. And again, not force him out there to play because, like you said, again, it's a home game. You already had your first home game. You won blowout fashion. I mean, you seen the bounce back from what happened last week. You got the backup in Mariota who can go out and win you games, especially when your quarterback like to tap his helmet. But um, just had to take a little jab. I'm sorry, but that's the little part of it. The big deal is we don't know the severity of the injury as of right now because we're recording right now. So I gotta give you my in the moment analysis of it because it could, knock on wood, I don't want it to be worse, but this could be something that lingers, and you kind of don't want that to happen because you're
Mm-hmm.
going to need JD5 because his one of the elements to his game is if the play ain't there, I can take off and get out of bounds. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
one thing I will say about JD is he gonna get out of bounds. Like you gonna have to tackle him in the pocket if he's running because if you catch him while he's running, then that means you caught him right before he could get out of bounds. He try to stay out of harm's way as much as possible, right? And on the drop backs, again, I gotta go back and see what leg it's on. So again, like you said,
He's a
your
left.
ribs, your ribs is more in the throwing motion, but his game is his lower extremities.
Mm-hmm.
Pause for the wild people in the back. So if that's not there, that's an element from the game that's not going to help. You got a rookie right tackle who used to be a left tackle, so it's going to still take him some time to get used to the league. I'm looking at your next two opponents. Again, we talked about Vegas, so if he doesn't play that week, Joe, if you don't play for 2 weeks, one of them games, you can be like, hey, Bijan, I don't want to hear from you because my quarterback wasn't there. But y'all got to play the Falcons too, and they looking good, and they looking like they got something to say. Then you just talked about the Chargers. So you see what, like I said, we need to talk about the Hardballs because one of them
Mm-hmm.
looking like a way better coach, but I ain't going to say too much. But I'm just glad he in the AFC. I'm glad both of them in the AFC. But yeah, and then your schedule again down the stretch is you don't make something minor major, but I also don't want it to linger for how long it is. So we'll see what happens come Wednesday. Of course, it's going to be in the chat, but it's definitely going to be a bigger discussion. I want to tap on what Vaughn just said before I move on or let you rebut. Say I think it's a bigger deal because it seems like him and Terry haven't found their rhythm yet. That is true. The one thing about it too is Mariota knows who to get the ball to. So Terry might have one of his best games
Yeah.
because I mean I seen it with my own two eyes. When y'all was struggling against Dallas, Mariota came in and Terry went crazy. And then he
No,
got
for
the
real.
game winning then he got the game winning touchdown. You still
He did
got
good.
Debo. Yep. Go ahead.
No, he did good against the Panthers too when he came in, Marcus Mariota.
So yeah, he's still a vet, and he can use his legs as well. So the offense, I don't like you said, he didn't have the time, but he still knows the offense. He's been here for 2 years, same coordinator. It's not like other teams. So that's where again, that's why I said it's a little deal as far as what you are your outcome for the season. The big deal is we don't know how serious it is in this moment. So hopefully, it's a 1 week thing. He bounced back. You see the same JD, and then we move forward. Because I like talking trash to y'all now. Some of y'all. Honestly, I just be chilling, but y'all making me start to talk trash. And it's not gonna be no fun if your quarterback not there. Like I don't want to pick on teams that don't got their starting quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he gonna miss more than if he missed again, it's gonna only be one. He's day to day right now, so like he can play this week. I think he could play this week, but they're gonna be. I think they might even let him. I don't know, but I think we should if it's just let him rest for a week. You know what I mean? And I know he a competitor. He gonna want to play. I know he is, especially after that loss to Green Bay. He wants to come out and redeem himself. So
Yeah,
so just let that man sit. That's fine, and then come back against the Falcons on Monday night. I
the
think it's Monday
Monday
night.
Falcons.
And then
Sunday. Sunday afternoon.
yeah, Sunday
Sunday.
afternoon. Okay,
Sunday
in
at 1.
Atlanta. In
Yep.
Atlanta. So
Now, y'all Monday night game is against the Bears. That's in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
we'll welcome that.
Yeah.
I
I
thought I
mean,
thought I thought that would be a big game, but so far it looked like it's not gonna be.
now y'all tied to, you only tied to Caleb for now because of the 1-2 thing. Like y'all gonna be tied
No,
at the
no,
hip for a
no,
while.
no, no, no. We tied to Ben Johnson too.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I
Could
mean,
have
I don't know
been.
if it's true. It was rumors saying that he turned us down because he didn't want us to drive Jayden Daniels. He wanted Caleb Williams.
And it was rumored that you all wanted him, right? Wanted Jayden.
Jaden. Yeah, we told him we was gonna get Jaden, and he was like,
The text on the plane back.
one's on a plane, a text. Why we wasting fuel to coming to you?
Do you think that was fuel or money well spent?
Yeah, it was because I mean, look, what we did, we recycled that fuel and used that same fuel to go back to Detroit and put whoopers on all of them. That's what we did. But go ahead.
So y'all did it.
Uh-huh.
The Bears flew out there, and
Oh,
the Lions did it to him too. So either
again.
way, when he flies to Detroit or something about him being in Detroit, the last 2 times this guy was in Detroit, he's seen 50 points put up on the scoreboard.
Basically,
That
almost
is
that.
insane. The last time you left that arena, you seen 50 points. Did y'all put 50 up on him?
No, we
I
put
think
40.
it's round up 50.
We should have did 50, but you know,
45, round up.